I am here today on a beautiful early September day, Sunday actually, and I've come here to check out a possible stealth camp venue. And I've come to this wood and I've found that it is mainly a pheasant hatchery. Several compounds of pheasants in them. So I think a fair bit of shooting happens here, which makes me a little nervous about having a stealth camp here. And here's something to watch out for. Look at that for a widowmaker. Looks very precarious. Don't camp underneath that. Well, I thought I'd take the opportunity to have a bite to eat. So, got my sandwiches all packed up, ready to scoff, and I thought I might as well have a brew while I'm there. Nice little spot. Well, it strikes me that when picking a site for a stealth camp in this country, especially in Oxfordshire, where most of the woodland is privately owned, you really have to pick carefully. As I said, this one has got a lot of pheasant pens, and I've also just found, not far away from here, a shooting seat half up a tree. So anywhere there's going to be lots of activity with guns, I really don't want to be. So it's always worth wrecking a wood before you actually camp in it, I reckon. And I'm glad I've come here. Otherwise it's a perfect wood. There's a lot of dry wood lying around. It's flat, it's well drained. It would be a perfect spot. However, lots of other people use this wood, and I wouldn't want to bump into them because they're probably tooled up at the time, and they'll probably take exception to me camping in their wood, which I suppose they would see as their back garden. The trick is to visit their back garden without being spotted or causing offence, or in fact leaving rubbish and an obvious fire pit and all that sort of thing. Another thing that strikes me about the whole stealth camping in a wood idea is how you get to the wood. It's very easy to drive up and park right outside it and walk in, but of course you'll draw attention to yourself. It will seem unusual, a car parked out by itself right next to wood. So you have to factor that in. You have to look for a nearby village or town that you could park in, and then the distance it will take you to walk from wherever you parked up to the wood. Remembering, of course, also you're going to stand out a bit if you park up your car, pop on your camouflage rucksack with your camouflage jacket and trousers, and look quite heavily weighed down with perhaps a tent or a sleeping bag tied to the top. it will just be very obvious to anyone who's interested that you're going off to go camping somewhere. You'll stand out like a sore thumb. So I have to admit that I try and keep the camouflage tucked away and put in the rucksack. I brought a jacket with me today, and that was in the rucksack. I think put that on until I got into the wood, where you'll want to use camouflage because you don't want to be seen. Well, here's a novel thing. I inadvertently put a whole Hexi tab in my Crusader burner, and it boiled my water as expected. Trouble is, there's quite a bit of it to finish burning, so I had to put it out. I had nothing to hand. I used a tea bag. Now I have to admit, it flared up a bit. And my heart stopped for a fraction moment as I thought, I really don't want a big flame, bearing in mind I'm sitting next to a lot of dry tinder and dry wood. But thankfully the tea bag did effectively put it out after much hissing and a fair bit of smoke. So I'm not so sure that's a great idea for putting it out. Maybe next time I just will use less tablet, perhaps half would have done. Anyway, it was a funny moment. I have to say, hexamine tablets make far less soot on the bottom of the old Crusader mug. I did try other forms of tablet, like firelighters and things like that, and they throw out a load of soot, which you know, gets everywhere as you're trying to put your thing away. So yeah, no, I think I'll stick with hexamine. That's a lot less bother. A lot of people have problems with the plastic lid, saying it melts and stuff, but I have to say I've not had that problem. Well, to be honest, I leave it on just to keep the leaves out of my drink, really, and then just drink it, the lid off. But no, I haven't had any problems with it. It's not melted, and I haven't broken it in any way. I guess time will tell. Anyway, nice cup of tea and a beautiful wood.